arguing that it made Gambians to work harder towards nation building. And Justice went on to say that under the President, His Excellency Chief Professor Alhaji Dr. AJJ Jammeh's leadership, Gambians have witnessed major developments such as the establishment of the national broadcaster in 1995. At the climax of the reflections on independence and President Jammeh's intervention in the area of education, Abdurrahman Bangura, head of extracurricular activities in Nasir, attempted to sum up the mood in these words.
We are grateful to what the President has done, because if you look at the First Republic, women, you are subjected to the activism of men. That they were saying that you are a woman, you are expected to be in the kitchen. But with President Jammeh, you have seen how he has upgraded the status of you, the females.
While the lineup of major programs for this year's independence celebrations have ended after being carried out successfully and now consigned to history books, people from across a wider spectrum of Gambian society continue to make their voices heard on the hot topic, independence and its significance, or the relevance of the country's national developments. Ibrahim Balde, GRTS.
The Great Ife Alumni Association Gambia chapter Saturday gathered students and teachers of English and mathematics within the Carnival municipality and beyond to discuss success strategies in the teaching of these core subjects. Samuel Ba was among the participants and he prepared this report.
The Great Ife Alumni Association, chaptered in the Gambia, is an education-oriented organization drawing its members from graduates and associates of the Nigerian-based Obafemi Awolowo University. With most of its members said to be involved in the education sector of the country, they have realized, among other issues, the need to further improve standards in core subjects like mathematics and English language. This seminar, according to the organizers, is therefore expected to provide appropriate strategies and approaches for students in answering questions or relevant organizational methods in handling mathematics and English problems.
We believe that there are serious problems with our students, our children in the various secondary schools, especially in the areas of mathematics and English. And the Obafemi Awolowo University alumni in the Gambia, we decided that we wanted to try and contribute in doing something about it, in bringing about a solution to this problem of our kids failing math and English in their WAEC exams.
It could be recalled that the Education Ministry recently launched the New Jersey Progressive Science Teaching Initiative, a project expected to impact positively in the drive towards a science-driven society. With that already in place, alongside this new alumni body, officials of the Great Ife Alumni Association are fully committed to the sustainability of this scheme.
It is not basically for us to teach them math and English in the hall here, but to point out to them those areas that examiners at WAEC level are looking at when it comes to grading their answer scripts after they've taken their exams, and also to help guide both the teachers and the students in the various secondary schools as to how to get these kids prepared for their WAEC exam.
Veteran mathematics and English language teachers, also members of the Elite Alumni Association, soon after took to stage to give tips on strategies and methods to use in the teaching and learning of both subjects.
We know that success in mathematics entails two things. Number one, teaching in the classroom. Number two, giving courage to students. Mathematics. Most of us see these subjects as being difficult, and it's something that students think they cannot pass. At the end of today, I will put some keys into your hand so that when you go back to your respective schools and share with other colleagues, you will see that mathematics is the simplest subject and the only subject that you can score 100%. Why? We don't mark English, we don't dot your I's, your T's, it's none of our business. Just do the calculation and get your point and we move ahead.
And then coming to WAEC and why students fell, in making WAEC, we have three major areas which students already know. We have the summary, which is 30 marks. We have the comprehension. If you have gone through past questions, you have 2 comprehension passages. Each of them takes 20 marks. And then, of course, you have the writing. Now, when you come to the summary aspect, I would say that students, about 80% of the students score 0 over 30. I have a colleague here who marks English. I think he knows what I'm talking about. Most students don't summarize. Simply maybe because they don't understand the instructions, or even when they understand instructions, they fail to approach the questions right. And then, talking about summary, if you are someone who is already who reads a lot, the passage you're going to be given actually cannot be outside your level. Because most of the time, what YA does is to bring topical issues that are related to young people, things that you can easily relate to. But if you've not been reading, it's not going to be easy for you to understand such a passage.
The platform also gave participants the opportunity to ask relevant questions on the needed approaches towards mathematics and English language, and presentations of educational materials to the participants. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
The conflict in Syria is showing no signs of ending, and on a daily basis more and more people are getting caught in the crossfire. In Kenya, the race is wide open. However, conservative analysts believe the next prime minister could be Uhuru Kenyatta, son of the country's founding father. With ICC charges hanging over his head, it is unclear how things could turn out for Kenyatta. We'll be back with these and other stories right after the break. Welcome back. The Chadian army has launched an operation in northern Mali in which they claim to have killed Mokhtar Ben Mokhtar, leader of the feared Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb. Ben Mokhtar has been blamed for the deadly attack on an Algerian desert gas field which killed several people. However, this claim has not been confirmed by the French, whose soldiers have been engaged in fierce fighting with Islamist rebels in Mali. Let's look at this report for more on that.
Has announced that its troops have killed Mokhtar Ben Mokhtar, the leader of a group of Islamist militants linked to Al-Qaeda who attacked a natural gas plant in Algeria in January. Chad said it had killed Ben Mokhtar during an operation in Mali on Saturday. He is the second leader after Abu Zaid, said to have been killed by Chadian forces. The Chadian armed forces taking part in the intervention in Mali have completely destroyed the main base used by jihadists and narco-terrorists in the Adrar and Ifogas mountains. The provisional toll of the fighting is as follows. Several terrorists killed, including the chief, Mokhtar Ben Mokhtar, known as One Eye. The French military has been unable to confirm the deaths of 2 of the Islamists' most powerful figures. If confirmed, their deaths would be a serious blow to the jihadist movement in Mali. Chadian troops claim to have seized 60 vehicles and other war material during the operation. They also announced that as many as 50 rebels had been killed in fighting near Gao. Western and regional nations are worried that Al-Qaeda is seeking to use northern Mali as a launchpad for international attacks and strengthen ties with homegrown African Islamist groups. Meanwhile, French forces in northern Mali have lost a 3rd soldier in combat, a 26-year-old parachutist.
Candidates in Kenya's presidential election are holding their last campaign rallies in the capital Nairobi ahead of the polls slated for Monday. 2 candidates, Raila Odinga, interim Prime Minister, and Uhuru Kenyatta, son of the founding President Jomo Kenyatta, stand out among the rest. Kenyatta and his running mate face charges of war crime at The Hague for their alleged involvement in the post-election violence that gripped the country in the last poll, in which 1,000 people died. As we hear in this report, police are taking no chance and have deployed thousands of officers